A little bit sleepy, but I got the phone, so I was scrolling on the pictures, and she went back to the living room because I was like looking at the car and stuff. She went back to the living room. As I'm scrolling the pictures, I stumble up on my pictures, and mind you, she was not showing me the pictures from like her camera roll. She was showing me the pictures inside of a WhatsApp conversation. So, of course, I was like, what is my picture doing here?
I was on for in the Maya Jesus lady last year, the wedding ever trendy year, our Ghana has say, where social media influencer na Angola and no free. Now, so anytime be no type of Ghana, did not grow. And the last year, 22-year-old girl, now a 59-year-old man, a worry year, now worry and one Sunday social media so be make us say nano, and one phone ni be and a chugwa me by now, dear, what kai any palm then one some airbrum, no science trendy beam, our social media details a woman na, and I'm the airbrum, numbers no good screen so no, but me a fan of Fernando Ghana page and pen for in como, so I'm saying rano advert and from a while. The last time my Jesus a trendy year social media in the wedding so the me air canon, now wedding. Or worry ye na Ghana former binum air tapping to the blessings about BBH so when you're nice good looking man do say when you need an security waiting no at na comment no there a door so worry no any 5 months in poyan and ts a gu na no chromo ko share my Jesus Instagram page where the later on the papa no more pictures ne free honom no one can so no wedding ring and nation no where you free on my luxurious lifestyle him that say olive no and one as say oguso live on social media. Now on the TikTok page, you can make post be on my post no. I am Maya Jesus and it's a flight more to airplane moon. Now share caption of the man post now say traveling because life didn't end when my Ghanaian friend took my name to a Juju man to supposedly find out if I was a good person or not. Way Maya Jesus ne post I will make it here when the TikTok page no can't answer when it's Ghana dear buy you say only bebre na any dia grow and nantin why and I will can one seminar feed the social media will be as a why ya story time Maya Jesus munya botre na and some no me ankasam de munchiremu ebebramo enim so about Ghana has say no now only lady be anything at the Kwartemaa formerly na oka the gang group when Dulcie down for on nkofo na ntemu dia he and waka so de call Juju man be hone no na Maya Jesus in shemo dia ba no akotwe nsem bebre na dia ba for Snapchat dia and semi air trendy e wo honom Nova plaster ceiling system and as my snap din semi e ba besomum so per plaster board and accessories e dey wejima so contractor and as we your project beam e ba na just some corners acoustic ceilings PVC wall panels and ape we here cement board and make sure say we Nova plaster for e be twetwen more bia money no ne bo no eda form papa de adwuma so e be che e de amount open holes and say return you no mudi ho adwuma bia wo bia no utobia e be delivery now say to me akan asomdwemu open chere mo pia betima from numbers na go screen so and penfo e de enkomo now Maya Jesus ne nsem ne wacheche mu ekwoku part 1 no emu nsem no enie.
You guys asked for it, so here we go. Story time on how I found out that my friend took my name to a Juju man or a pastor. PSA, English is not my first language, so if I butcher it, kindly just overlook it. So back in 2020, it was my second time visiting Ghana. It was in March, and it ended up being the same time that they announced the lockdown in Ghana. So I had to spend the next 6-7 months in Ghana. This is just for context. So at the time, I was living at this hotel called Kwartemaa for that whole lockdown period. That's where I lived. And one of these days, I needed to buy some clothes. So I asked someone from another country to suggest someone, and then she suggested this person. She came to sell me the clothes, and then we ended up becoming friends. I'm not really the type of person to make new friends like that, but at the same time, she was just so business minded, so focused on her goals, and you could really see that she really wanted to be my friend. So we started becoming close. She would pass by my hotel almost every single day. Every other day she would be in my hotel. And since I was alone, away from my family and stuff, so it was really good to have her company. So, to cut the long story short, a couple of months into our friendship, we decided to do a business together. So, we put money 50-50 so we could do this business together. And she was in charge of ordering the things from China. So, one of these days, she comes to my hotel. You know, I was sleeping. I opened the door and then I went back to bed. So, she just stayed in the living room. She was working and stuff. So I think she heard me waking up and she came with her phone like this in her hand and she was like, babe, I want to buy this car for my mom. So I wanted to check out the pictures and give me your opinion. So I was still a little bit sleepy, but I got the phone. So I was scrolling on the pictures and she went back to the living room because I was like looking at the car and stuff. She went back to the living room. As I'm scrolling the pictures, I stumble up on my pictures. And mind you, she was not showing me the pictures from like her camera roll. She was showing me the pictures inside of a WhatsApp conversation. So, of course, I was like, what is my picture doing here? So I came out of the picture. So I had access to the chats. And there she was writing, and there she wrote, she was like, yeah, her name is Emilia or Maya. And this is the only picture that I have of her that you can really like see her face. Because at the time, I remember I used to delete my pictures sometimes on my Instagram. So yeah, that's just in a nutshell basically what she said. Yeah. So I'm confused because I'm still a little bit sleepy, like drunk of sleep, and I'm confused like, why is this person sending my pictures and saying my name to this person that is, the name on top is like Pastor something, you know? The African in me was just like, something ain't right. So I called her. She comes to the room and I'm like, why are you sending my picture to this person? And she was like, oh no, it's just my pastor. Sorry for the accent. No, it's just my pastor. You know, I'm always with you. So he always asks me like, who are you? I'm always saying like, I'm with Maya. So he wanted to see who is Maya. Of course, that was just bullshit, you know. So from that moment, I just got into thinking so deep. My demeanor just changed because the African in me just knew that that was not the truth. Like there was definitely more into that. So she went back to the living room and then she was like trying to like make small talks with me. And I was literally so far away. Like I wasn't even paying attention. So she was like, oh, Maya, don't think about it too much. Like, you're still thinking about it. It's nothing. Oh, it's just because he really wanted to see who you are. Like, it's nothing. There's nothing there. And at that moment, I was fully awake. And I remember just having like mixed emotions, you know, shock, sadness, because at the end of the day, I'm in a country where I'm by myself. I don't have no family, no uncle, no mom, no nothing. And this something like this is happening to me, you know. So I was sad, shocked at the same time that why would she do that? So long story short, she left. She went home. I obviously called my mom. My mom is a pastor. If some of you guys do not know, you know, I called my mom and I was like, Mom, this and that happened. You know, I want to fast so God can give me answers. My mom was like so worried, but she was like, yeah, let's fast and pray, you know, the truth will reveal itself. So I fasted for like 3 days. And then on the third day, she comes to me, she texts me, and she, you know, on those days, she was still trying to like text me and stuff. I was just like be cold with her. And then on the third day of the fast, she messages me. She's like, hey, like, I know you're still upset with me, but trust me, it's nothing. And then she proceeds to tell me the reason why she did what she did. I think we're gonna have to do a part 2.
I was on way ending sama or start yes with the eba. Then nanumpo NC and part 2 na man for start to say or more target Kwartemaa comment sections and say they will see me comments and description I will making that and you'll be as a Kwartemaa. Now Kwartemaa you'll be a the gang and a Snapchat influencers are or mobile prima yankasa ball life matches amanfo ni jomo ho a omo ya amanfo bi role models e kroma say and a Dulcie Nana Mech ni nua Skado Mech na Meleka ho Kwartemaa so na waka ho bi Angela Safo no mu nyina e form a group from the genga emre bi atwam somewhere last year e beto odwa say Kwartemaa sori konkon say kotwi ko breman e no di form ho Dulcie beifo ni mama ye beifo e ho nsem be bebremi anka some the report mi bremo asisi ade Dulcie mu omne Kwartemaa edian group mu mayi na free mu akofa bambi di na behema the gang mu guso mo function e was Snapchat e yellow app ne so na ma Jesus etwa so e de nsem ne mu nkyeremu yie esan so e bae biem na ma menkai wo se na falco multimedia and its ample imagination at the Red Kingdom movie about the 6th of July year premiere Royal View Cinema no SG Mall open tickets ni bia betimi from numbers na go screen so na no mu edin komo na jeko mu bi Dr. Like chichekuni ya odabo omo nyina e baby ya boma kohwe movie no e be ye fe e be ye nika enti na fe make sure so better ticket na ina ya kohwe mu e Royal View Cinema number abenya tickets ni bia to so 0541 248-720 na so betimi dial *447 *2471 hash no timi to tickets ni bi na ina kwa kohwe mu fefe yi bi na ma Jesus nsem no part 2 emunsem so enie
part 2. Guys, just a little PSA. I don't mean to make it look like the friendship was one-sided. It was definitely not. As I started getting to know her, I really liked her. And as I said before, she was a very business-minded person. You know, she inspired me a lot. And she made my life very easy in that country. Because mind you, I was there. I did not have a bank account. So sometimes, like, to receive money, I would use her bank account to make transfers. Sometimes she'll give me the money first and then I'll give her the money later. So, you know, she really added into my life too. And she was a good friend. At least that's what I thought at the time. So basically, she said that because we were doing business together, she wanted to see if I was a good person or not. And then she also said that the supplier from China, this part is so funny to me, guys. The supplier from China was delaying the order. So that's why she was scared that she was going to be scammed or something. That's why she also sent the business. So that's why she also sent the Chinese person's name and her business page, I think on Alibaba or AliExpress, so the pastor could like see if she was really going to deliver the stuff. And since we were in the business together, so that's why she had to send my name also. Guys, like, make it make sense. It's just so funny to me, like, why would you take a Chinese person's name? I really did not care about the business part at that point. I was just talking on my behalf. I was like, no matter what, you don't take a person's name to check their spirit. And she was like, no, it's not checking spirit. I say, see, you guys do things sometimes that you don't even know the meaning. Because if you want someone to see, a pastor to see if someone is a good person, he's not only going to look at my picture and say, oh, she's a nice person. He's obviously going to pray about it, so God or whoever he worships to reveal to him what you want to know about me. So that's definitely checking my spirit. And she just kept giving me reasons that no, I was scared because it was the first time that we were doing business together. And at the end of the day, you know, I didn't want you to like think bad of me because the business was delaying. I think she said that I was putting pressure on her, which I don't remember putting pressure on her. I still have all the chats from 2020 on my phone. I don't remember putting pressure on her. So she was just basically saying that, yeah, it was because of the business that she did what she did, which really did not convince me. She did send me a screenshot of the conversation, but she said that after we had that altercation, she deleted the part where she sent my picture and stuff. And I was like, I'm with you almost 7 days of the week, and I never see you going to church. How come? For now, this business, all of a sudden you have a pastor that you're sending my picture to. I've never seen you going to church. So how can I trust you to send my picture to someone? And even if it was for you, for someone to pray for me. Even if you sent the picture for someone to pray for me, I still wouldn't like it. You know, I still wouldn't like it because I don't know this pastor. Like, there are many fake prophets out there. You don't know what you're putting me into. Please, I'm someone's child. I actually kept telling her, like, you don't know me from Adam. You don't know where I come from. You just don't mess up with people like that. And I think it was just God, guys. Like, so many people kept asking in the comments, like, how did you find out? I think it was just God that wanted to reveal all that thing to me, because honestly I would have never ever known, because we did not have the habit to like check on each other's phone or something like that. So I think, you know, devil is a liar, because he will make it seem like he's helping you, but at the end of the day he's just gonna put you on shame. So basically, she was just trying to like, she just kept asking for forgiveness, that I should forgive her, that she did not do it in a bad way. And she was trying to gaslight me into thinking that she did it for the good of our business, which is not the case. I just kept pinpointing that, you know, this is very bad what you did. You don't do that to someone. You don't take people's names into passing insult. She kept apologizing. She kept defending herself. Like, she actually defended herself a lot. Then I was just like, you know what? I don't want to talk about this anymore. Till this day, I actually just checked the conversations from 2020. There are still audios from that conversation that I just did not open anymore, because she was taking accountability, but at the same time, she wanted me to put myself in her shoes so bad, and I couldn't. I'm size 41, sorry. So at that point, I had my answers, and I honestly do not believe in like going back and forth at this age and time for something that is so clear like water. So I just, you know, left the conversation like that. The next day, I think next day or 2 days after, I received some flowers. I actually thought it was my boyfriend at the time that sent me the flowers. Came to find out that it was her, because the flowers, it came with a balloon, with a big balloon written, "I'm sorry." And then I forgave her. You know why I forgave her, or how I was able to forgive her? Let me walk you into my thought process. I just said to myself, she's a village girl, period. Because that's a village girl behavior. I was not born into a silver spoon, but I definitely do not come from the village. I don't mean to say that everybody that comes from the village has those type of habits. If one thing a Congolese, Angolan person would do is put their knees on the floor, pray to God to reveal if this person is good for my life or not. And God, this is the most powerful prayer that you can do, because God never fails to reveal it. So coming to that conclusion just helped me to forgive her and like to see things from her angle, because even though it's not my habit, a habit from maybe where they come from, because at the time I actually told my boyfriend about it, and he was like, yes, some, not all, some Ghanaian girls are like that. Even when they meet a guy, they're gonna take his picture to get a check. And I also checked the comments. Many people also vouched for this same opinion. So many people had the same opinion, and I was just like, man, this is so sad. But yeah, that's just what helped me like see things from her angle. Maybe she did not do it in a bad way. Maybe it's just something that they often do, but I did not like it. And I don't know, like at the time I did forgive her, but at the same time I was just like, nah, I'm just gonna trade it carefully with her, not knowing that she was doing worse things behind my back. Hey, I smell. At the time, I called her friend, because she used to be part of like some group. Let's call this group the Winx Club. You know, she used to be part of the Winx. So I called like her closest friend from the Winx, and I was like, hey, you know, your friend did this and that to me, da da da. And I remember I just called her because we started having some problems about the money, because I said I did not want to be part of the business anymore, and she didn't want to give me my money back, which she ended up giving like after a long time. But yeah, we're having a problem with that. So I called them explaining to it, and she did not mind me. me, you know, because she was riding or dying with her friend and stuff like that, you know. So she did not believe me. I also called the person who introduced me to her. I explained the same thing, and she also did not mind me. But God is good, because they also had their own taste of the medicine sometime after. And when they had some issues with the Wings Club, they told me that she actually used the fact that I was distant from her. Like, even though we used to talk everything, because we both sell clothes, so sometimes we would exchange vendors and stuff like that, but we were not like close anymore. She used that in her advantage to make it look like she's the one who cut me off. So that's what she used to tell her friends, like, yeah, I cut her off, you know, she was not a good friend to me, blah 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 blah. I think we're gonna have to do a part 3.
I was on for any part 2 of my Jesus Ninsam nom. Na hase and enika hase na just nina ewo. Opposite first one no and Dulcie Boatin a free year ko comment ye was and the first comment to make any say grabs popcorn or the emoji e can home. Now second comment Dulcie e de koy and say laughing my a out and just was sermon to me and yen hoshe and also say. And that's not all she did. And my Jesus be responded say, hey, what are you doing here? The laughing emoji e can home. Now those the comment way echo confirm me say and in your bia say Kwartemaa and my Jesus e can was my no Dulcie and Yeja was support so in your popcorn abetan comment section and some my Jesus ebeka nyina with me etin a special and some day e bi shada kemu e bi suma my Jesus part 3 no onya for man so some start twetwemba ne nkomo e dey social media no ano e the gang or must start air trendy being with my Jesus and Kwartemaa. Bestiee door shipping and American for them as all UK. Now when maybe I was shipping the Bagana Center day and Paboy the cars TV Nina no mudi hujuma baby I will be on fair through doorstep don't shipping the Bagana straighter on Sabeka problem be Emma home and now what Ghana has an person go find maybe our UK Emra was better me doing here be my Bestiee from Besha so no more to talk amount Saka nature say Bibiano to me a year at them open sure move perform numbers na friend na no any enkomo and some you call so Ghana for Kwartemaa Kwartemaa wa jebi and some the work can be to me do down for picture ma so for someone so mpaye dia na just one ka say den and I will patches and aka so for be say Dulcie ne ne maame e be for just konkonsane die the bi an etuemu da den ti da ben and Kwartemaa be ja konkonsane so Ghana for binum e support this way etwem ne ni kwan some my Jesus Bible ten e the way bana Dulcie mun so because Kwartemaa o movie on from the gang no we na Juma wo kona ni mo phobia na still na no on fa any response be my year train say Kwartemaa be bo ho wa and so be ka sem be e da fani nyina ba e be san so e da ba so say be won say the gang and my Jesus air trend especially our Snapchat e won chiremu no na me dey abrona fade this week e be back to back e mo be there enti mo ko subscribe mo share na any update bi aba mo ti be hu de e ko any dey ba social in media no so na influencers si omo ho sem e bottom ma me dey any ka chire akusema kra mo nyina.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Big Mama Cooking Show!
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner is Akosua.
There you have it, people. Lazy tomato mix makes for tasty and delicious. The secret to this winning meal, be it your abe, in cotton coin, in crack, wukontomre, wujollof, and diani bia ube here tomato mix no. Kaise, Lazy tomato mix makes food delicious.
Can we eat?
Lazy tomato mix, your family, our passion.
This advert is FDA approved.